What's up everybody, it's Jang here with a look at a Mega Bloks Halo 5 Guardians set. This is the Promethean Phaeton gunship. Set comes with 455 pieces. If I recall correctly, Mega Bloks had the honor and distinction of introducing this craft to the world of Halo fans. This is a canon craft that's being introduced to the games for the very first time in Halo 5. And the very first place that, or the very first way that fans got to see the design of the thing was in Mega Bloks form. Kind of like the unveiling of that big old Warzone map. Mega Bloks and Halo, really doing it big. This is an exciting craft for me. I love the design of it. I like the Forerunner tech. And this thing is a pretty aggressive piece of tech. It is purely for fighting. It is mostly something that's intended to be used for air support of ground operations, so you won't see this going around doing dogfights or anything. This is mostly for attacking units that are on the ground. This was a fun build, has a lot of interesting angles, unusual techniques for pulling things off. I mean, you just look at it, you see it's got a little bit of a bend right here in the center. These side pods, these repulsor pods, which are what are responsible for holding the whole thing up, they're different, they're odd, they're at a strange angle, they're kind of hanging off the edge, and the whole thing is actually on these clear stands, which are super skinny, but yet they work. They actually hold the thing up. They're very subtle, but they're included and they work well. I believe this textured dome thing at the front is inspired by radar installations in the noses of actual aircraft of today. But I don't know what it's intended to actually do in game or in universe. That remains to be revealed yet. These are the main guns on the front, your main close support guns. So those will just be firing off energy / particle, blasts, individual blasts. There you see the main front section, which is angled down just slightly. It's attached right in there with a couple of ratcheted joints. They're just down by one single click inside of there. Off to the side, this whole unit here is a launcher, so that's kind of your secondary fire, your secondary weapon right there, which is going to be a heavier weapon. Works kind of like a rocket or possibly a short-range missile. This, as I mentioned, is an entire repulsor pod. I'm just slightly disappointed by the design of this. I wish that it was a little bit more open in the center. I wish they had separated the upper and lower halves of the thing a little bit more. I also wish that these fins could be moved. This is all fixed in place. I mean, you see the whole thing wobbling a little bit, that's just because it's on these very small stands, which I think are sufficient. I don't worry about them breaking. I don't worry about this falling over. It's going to hit the fins before it goes anywhere, but it's just what causes it to wobble a little bit as you look at it. But I wish that these fins were able to spin, that you could actually turn these a little bit clockwise and counterclockwise, and that doesn't happen. Coming around to the back, really bright fluorescent orange accents are used throughout, which is something that's been established as a Promethean thing, especially under Didact control. Although with the Didact gone, well, we'll have to see how that all plays out with the new the new campaign as of the time of the recording of this video here. We just don't know those things as yet. And the thing is completely symmetrical, left to right, so you won't see anything different over here. The ship has two passenger compartments, and the first one is here in the front. I'm assuming this is going to be the gunner position just by convention from current human tech. It also makes sense with the smaller hatch that this would be a place where a secondary player could come in and operate the turrets independently. But then the main section is back here. Interestingly enough, on this one, they intend for the figure that goes into this section to be facing towards the rear. I mean, I think that makes enough sense. It doesn't need to be facing towards the front, given that there are no windows on this thing. I don't think these are supposed to be windows. It's all supposed to be energy and just light and hard light and all that kind of stuff. But that's how they divvied it up. So you put one figure in here facing towards the rear, one figure in here optionally facing towards the front, and there's no console or anything. It's just an open space inside. There's your front section, and there's your rear compartment. Just almost takes you down to the floor and base of the build. Here are the three figures included with the set. Obviously the one on the left is just a green orbital Spartan. The other two are completely brand new. The new Promethean warriors for Halo 5. So here's what we're going to do. You see them from the front, you see them from the side, you see what weapons they have, the newer style of rocket launcher on the left in black, and then the two Promethean weapons are in the medium gunmetal gray, not the darkest, but like a medium gunmetal, the bolt shot and the binary rifle. You see what all of them look like from the back. Let's take a closer and longer look at the new figure by itself. First of all, look at that face. Look at it. That's a face that only a mother Promethean can love. All new sculpt there. Pretty mean looking. Might have just a little bit too much in the teeth department, but it's not too bad. Notice that the shoulders are reversed. They're the exact opposite of the norm for shoulders. And what that does, using the transparent orange piece, is it allows light to come through the small hole from that solid orange piece. You can see that the small hole is on the back. Normally that would be facing towards the front. It allows light to come through and shine through and really just illuminate the entire shoulder joint. Now this does end up being just the size of a regular Spartan figure. It's not extra tall. It's accurate to the game as far as I've seen. Has almost the same articulation as a Spartan figure. What's missing though is waist articulation. You can't rotate at the waist. They haven't separated that out. The entire body piece is all one thing. However, the body is entirely covered up by armor, plus using the kind of backpack system, they add on the spikes on the back and part of the spine, exoskeleton, whatever that stuff is, because Promethean. But that's just added on using the backpack hole there. And the whole thing is modeled in the same color as the Phaeton itself. It's that steel color, which is perfect for this group of folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the torso by itself. See, all this armor here comes off. It's just one piece, like a vest, really. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put the head back on for now, just to make it look a little less awkward, but it's pretty well detailed interior. I'm surprised they put all the paint application on the inside there. It doesn't look that great. It's not the highest quality application, the center one, but I feel like they didn't need to do that. These ones on the sides are very nice for little accents there. You got the holes, those are real holes, not just simulated, that allow light to just travel right through, but lots of detailing on that new torso piece. Looks pretty cool, but there you can see more clearly how it doesn't have any break to separate out the hips. That's all just one. You just get the two ball joints for the upper joints of the thighs that just go directly in there with a hip piece that doesn't have a whole lot of motion to it. So my subjective thoughts on this set are very simple. I love it. If you like what you see, buy it. Period. Paragraph, end of story. No complaints. Well, yeah, I had some little nitpicky complaints. I wish that there was a little bit more articulation to the Phaeton ship itself, especially with the pods on the sides. But the fact that it doesn't have that articulation doesn't make me like it any less. But if it had that articulation, it would make me like it even more. I love how the stand is set up. I love how subtle it is, yet effective. The thing looks great on display. I think up fairly close as well as at a distance, it really makes a statement. The new Promethean warrior figures are really well done, and they put a lot of effort and thought into them. They didn't just completely copy the existing set of parts that they had and just update the textures on them. They put thought into it with the way that light works with just how that would move around the shoulders and around the sides and everything. And I just think this is a really well done set. I could wish that they had included another one of our team, our Osiris team or Blue team members with the set, but as it is, I really can't seriously complain. This is good stuff. I like it very much myself personally, and I do recommend it to other folks. Again, if you like what you see, you will like having this in person. Those are my honest thoughts. Feel free to share your honest thoughts down in the comment section below. It's always great to see feedback from the community and folks sharing their own thoughts with each other. So thanks for watching. I will be bringing you more videos very soon. Take care. Catch you later.